What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Ryan Blaney wins at Phoenix. Tyler Reddick's win streak, well, it ends. And what a really fun freaking Phoenix race we had today. Make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. And let's talk the NASCAR Cup Series race. So, traditionally for years, Phoenix is kind of one of the lowest expected races of the year. Just like in terms of, okay, nothing much is going to happen, right? Low-key, Phoenix last year was really good with the option tire. And this year's Phoenix race, it was actually really freaking good. They increased the horsepower. We had a ton of cautions. We had part failures, tire failures, a lot of strategy. This felt so much like 2011 type Phoenix racing. I really enjoyed it. Tip of the cap to the Ryan Blaney fans out there. Huge win for Team Penske, their anniversary weekend. They win the IndyCar race. They win the Cup Series race. I picked Logano. He unfortunately did not have a good finish, so I'm sorry, Logano fans. I picked the wrong, Penske driver. If I would have picked Blaney, though, I feel like something would have happened on the racetrack not good, because usually when I pick Blaney, he has a terrible finish. And, so there you go, Blaney fans. You're welcome. I'm kidding. Anyways, let me go ahead. There we go. Set our color in the background. It's somewhat similar to the color that Blaney ran today in the Dent Wizard car. Make sure to pre-order that diecast. It'll probably be offered very soon, so you could pre-order that Race to Win diecast over there at Circle of Diecast. You could use promo code Diecastbuffet. So, what a fun race, man. I really enjoyed it. Phoenix, I didn't have that on my bingo card that it would actually be a really entertaining race. And when you think about the upcoming schedule, you have Las Vegas and Darlington. I'm like really excited for that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there was a lot of cautions, a lot of tire strategy. We had, a lot of part failure type stuff. It had a brake failure that cut down like 4 tires from other guys. So it was just, there was a lot of strategy in this event. It felt so old school, though. I mean, no playoffs. Well, they come back here in 10 months for the championship. None of that shenanigans. Just, it's a normal, basic, vanilla NASCAR race. That's what it was, and I loved it. Reddick had a shot to win it. He was definitely a top 5 car, not necessarily a top 2 car. 2311 Racing is absolutely cooking right now. Reddick obviously has a massive points lead, but don't sleep on the 23 car Bubba Wallace as well, man. They got a ton of points as well. So 2311 right now, they're cooking right now. They're cooking, so that's great. I really enjoyed it. A lot of drama, a lot of just wow. Like Kyle Busch had, don't even get me started on this 8 car, man. Look, I like Richard Childress Racing. I really do. I've been a fan of them since Burton and Harvick and Boyer and everyone been, driving for that team. But I don't know what they're giving Kyle Busch for the last 2.5 years on the racetrack, but it's got to be a Chevy Cavalier soaked in salt water on center blocks at this point, because that car is so ridiculously slow. You mean to tell me this man has 200 NASCAR wins, right? He won a truck race like 2 weeks ago, and he's running 31st on speed. He blows out 2 right front tires. You know what that means? That means that car does not want to turn so bad that he has to put so much wheel in it, it blows out the right front twice. And I look up with like 15 to go, and he's running 11th. You can't make it up. I thought he was going to finish like 35th, so props to the 8 team somehow. I don't know where exactly he finished, because there was a lot of shenanigans on the last restart or two, but wow, I did not expect that. So that's why you don't give up. That's why this new era of points racing is so much fun, even when you have an absolute, Charmin toilet paper bear type of day and everything is just going wrong. You can't give up, because there was like 10 DNFs today. You know what I'm saying? You can't give up. You got to keep trying to get them points. And there was something I wanted to touch on about the new points, mentality moving forward that I think we're slowly starting to see potentially. And it's really like awesome as an old school NASCAR fan to see. We're starting to see drivers be a little bit more okay with just having a good points day. And that's something we have not seen in the top 3 series for the last 10 years. And all the new drivers, all the young drivers that have came into the sport, last 10 years pretty much, they never had to race like that in any, top NASCAR series, the top 3 series. So now they're learning that, you know what? Going 4 wide into turn 1 might not be a good idea when I can just kind of ride around and get a top 5. And that's how you win championships. That's how you get great points results. And I think as the season prolongs, and you see the how the points table, so to speak, is kind of manufactured, right? The new crop of drivers that just pretty much grew up just being very aggressive racers, they're going to realize there is a real art form to points racing, and today was a great example of it. Just survive. You don't have to go win the race. Top 5 pays pretty darn good points, and that's how the Winston Cup, the Nextel Cup, and the early Sprint Cup Series championships were won. You just got to put points in the bucket and keep going. And I love that about stock car racing. That's the best form of stock car racing, is the art form of points racing. And I think the longer they have this Chase of the Cup style format, hopefully it's for many, many years, you're going to see more and more, hey, top 5 is pretty good. I don't need to risk the race car type energy, which I think would be fun. Shout out to Ty Gibbs with a phenomenal run today. I mean, literally almost won this race. I think he finished like 3rd, but he had the lead on the final restart. He was no match. His car was not that good, but it's nice to see Ty Gibbs competing for a win. If you would have told me in 2022, watching him just absolutely win all these races in the Xfinity Series, same with Noah Gragson as well. That 2022 championship, it was Gragson versus Gibbs. It was kind of legendary, to be honest with you. And seeing that neither Gragson or Gibbs has won a single Cup Series race in their first 3 years. Now they're both in their 4th full-time year. It's kind of wild, right? It's kind of wild. So if you would have told someone like myself in 2022, not that my opinion matters, but I would have lost a bet that they would be winless 3 full-time years into their career, going into their 4th year. So hopefully Ty Gibbs gets that first win. I think that would have been a really cool race to win Diecast, because I like purple race cars, the AM/PM cars. Wow, that thing it's pretty awesome. So I really enjoyed it, man. I'm actually shocked Phoenix was that good of a race. The IndyCar race was a lot of fun too. I watched that one. It really makes me like miss the old IndyCar schedule, when you would just like every other weekend they're going to a 1.5 mile, they're going to a Pocono. Like, man, I really wish IndyCar would get more large ovals on the schedule. Like, they did a companion weekend with NASCAR, right? And from what I see, everyone loved it, right? The teams, it appears the broadcast partners, the fans, everyone enjoyed it, which I think is a genius idea. Like, to me, motorsports, specifically IndyCar and NASCAR, not to be too long-winded on this, it's almost like college football and NFL. They're not competing against each other. They're kind of the same ecosystem, so to speak. It's not like 2 completely different disciplines of sports. I feel like IndyCar and NASCAR are kind of competing against each other, sometimes even running their events verbatim the same exact times. It's kind of like a peeing contest. It's kind of pointless. I feel like them working together can actually help increase both of their viewership. And from a fan's perspective, I mean, dang, if you could go to a racetrack and see IndyCar and NASCAR at, like, I don't know, Pocono or Michigan or something, or Homestead or wherever. I know they couldn't do Homestead because, I mean, yeah, they couldn't do a companion race because Homestead's deep in the season, and I think IndyCar ends at mid-September. But there's other racetracks they could go to if they ever reconfigure Texas back to the old format. Could they run Kansas, maybe? I'm not sure. Chicagoland, maybe? I don't know. My point is, there's enough opportunities to do more of these companion races. Fox owning a portion of IndyCar, I feel like they have a lot of say in that. So it's like, hey, if they got 30% of the NASCAR schedule, they have the Daytona 500, they own a portion of IndyCar, could we possibly see Fox orchestrate some ideas like, hey, we want to see more companion events with NASCAR, IndyCar to help grow both of them. I think it's a great idea. You could have a couple of drivers for both series. Maybe have two IndyCar drivers, drive maybe in the Xfinity Series or the Cup Series, and maybe we make, a start for one of the, NASCAR drivers in IndyCar. I don't know. You can get creative with it. I think it's great for both sports, and I want to see more of it, especially for large ovals, please. IndyCar racing at high-speed ovals is one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen. It's wild. I want to see Pocono back. I want to see some 1.5 miles. I want to see maybe Michigan. Like, come on, you have cars that can do 240 miles per hour. Come on, man. Like, high-speed IndyCar racing at large ovals is what made me a fan of it to begin with. And the fact they only really run Indianapolis, and then you kind of have Nashville, and then you kind of have Phoenix, and then a bunch of other shorter racetracks. I want to see some companion events. Heck, why not this? 5 straight weeks in the summertime, 5 straight companion races, and they travel together, right? I think it'd be kind of cool. If they go to Watkins Glen, if they go to Pocono or wherever, I don't know. I think it was really, really cool, and hopefully it made some new fans on both sides. I think it's good for motorsports, in my opinion. Work together, not against each other. It's like college football and NFL. They work together, not against each other. Curious what y'all thought about today's Phoenix race. Make sure to comment down below. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to Las Vegas. Low-key, the Spring Vegas race is one of my favorite races all year. No playoffs, for years, just no playoffs. Just a straight-up 1.5-mile race. Simple. It's been around for like 25 years. I enjoy it. I'm a huge fan of 1.5-mile racing. I can't wait. Hopefully it's a fun show. Thank you all again for watching. Congratulations, Ryan Blaney, Team Penske, on the win. And Chase Elliott, I he didn't have a good run, so it's okay. It's a long season, but them points are going to start stacking up, man. I feel like in a couple of weeks, people are going to be looking at the point standings and be like, dang, my driver might not actually make the chase. There's no winning in. You got to fill the bucket. So this championship chase, I know it has 16 drivers, but I feel like it could be a lot more interesting. Like, there's not going to be mulligans, I feel like. I feel like people are really going to have to earn it. This field is so equal. That's all for now. Have a blessed one. DB, signing off.